Flyweight bout here. Zhalgas Zhumagulov versus Rafael Estevam. Minus 175 for Estevam. Plus 175 for Zhumagulov, who's 1-4 in his last 5. A little bit of a rough patch for him. Over under 2.5 rounds. Minus 165 for the over. Plus 165 for the under. The undefeated Estevam coming in here as a favorite. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, you look at Zhumagulov, and he's kind of been, I don't want to say robbed of fights, but he's been in some close fights that didn't go his way, and it's unfortunate, or else he'd have a couple more wins on his UFC record. Estevam, I mean, if he goes out there and gets the takedowns and implements his game, I'll give him all the props in the world because Zhumagulov is pretty damn good in the wrestling department himself. Like, he doesn't always go out there and use it offensively, but he's so scrappy. He fights with incredible pace, and if he gets taken down, he can usually pop back up. He does get hit a little bit on the feet, a little bit more that for my liking. He took that loss to Charles Johnson and took 119 or 115 significant strikes. But if you look at the other side of that fight too, on his numbers, I mean, he landed more than that. So the pace is there, the volume's there. I think the wrestling in this fight should serve him well enough to make this thing dicier than what the odds are saying. So I'm gonna stick with the dogs, man. I'm gonna go Zhumagulov to get the upset here. I think he's better. I think he's better than the last 1-5 that he is right now in his last six fights. I think he's a lot better than that record says.
I would agree. I thought he got cut after his last fight, but apparently maybe they re-signed him or something. But coming in here, like you said, I mean, technically he's 1-5 in his last 6 too. So his UFC run has not been great, but I mean he's fighting some solid guys. Like Raulian Paiva was a ranked guy at 135 at one point. Amir Albazi is top of the division. Manel Kopp, top of the division. Jeff Molina, he's up there. Charles Johnson up there as well.
He's down there.
His only win is against Jerome Rivera. I actually remember betting on that fight. I took Zhalgas, and he was like minus 315. Got the first round standing guillotine. I was going crazy. That was the first fight of the night on the Poirier McGregor 3 card. I mean, he's fought some tough guys. When I look at Rafael Estevam, undefeated, he had a dominant performance on the Contender Series. Really, I mean, he took 3 significant strikes in a second round finish. I mean, he just dominated, and I honestly think he's going to win this fight as well. I mean, it's not really saying anything crazy. He's the favorite, but I wanted to get behind Zhalgas because he's been not winning as of recently, and you might get a better price, but plus 175 just isn't enough for me. I'm going to be honest. And if it goes to decision, it hasn't really been going Zhalgas' way. So what does that tell you? Not really doing enough to get the judges nod. So I'm going to go with Estevam, undefeated, coming in here. I know you don't like newcomers, and it might bite me in the butt, but we'll see how that works out.